Okay, we're back once again. Our guest is Al Nowak here from the other side of town. Where you at?
Well, I live in Middleburg Heights, which is southwest of...
Southwest.
Right.
I thought you were over towards the west side.
I would probably a little bit, but a little bit south too.
Yeah.
You know, it's unfortunate that I can't get to your station out our way. I guess must be because of the wattage.
Well, we're underwatered here because of some problems we're having, and we're remodeling both studios.
Right.
And after that's done, the transmitter will be brought up to where it's supposed to be, and also the towers need some looking at. So we'll have the water. You'll probably get us in a month
soon.
or two.
That's great because there's not that much that we are able to receive out in that area of town. You know.
Right. So you play the accordion.
Yeah, accordion. Did also play sax.
Did you play sax?
Yeah, sax too, and haven't touched it. Still around. The sax is still in the case, and one of these days, if I get the courage to build up some embouchure, I'll pick it up again.
Do the job on it, huh? You got a 5-piece band?
5-piece group, right, and we've been playing the same group, matter of fact, has been together for over 22, 23 years.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
And we're very busy.
Yeah.
A lot of traveling.
Huh?
It's certainly not as they say, in your hometown, you know.
Well, I'll tell you, you almost have to travel if you want to keep busy.
Well, I think that's the truth. Most of our stuff, basically, or most of the engagements that we do perform at our big festivals and so on throughout. And I think that's where I think basically most of the activity is going on.
Sure. I believe that my work was about 75% out of town and then 25%
I believe that.
in town.
Sure.
Repeaters.
Right. I mean, we are in town, but it's not like the greater percentage. It's, like you said, about maybe 25, 30%.
It's out of town, right. Okay. You been to Europe?
Not recently, but we're planning within the next couple of years to take the band on a tour to
That's good.
Germany, Switzerland, and Austria.
Yeah. You going to Slovenia, too?
Oh, yeah. We want to definitely catch Slovenia and all the Alpine countries, basically.
Yeah. You know,
even Italy, too, in northern Italy.
There was an earthquake there.
Yes, I just heard on Easter Sunday, I believe.
Yeah, I was in the American home there. I was just reading on it.
5.5
on
That's
Richter
kind of high, you know.
Yeah,
and it's unfortunate we don't have John Carroll University have the readings anymore. You know, they used to have a seismograph there, and they closed that. That's right. They don't have it anymore. No.
That's a shame.
Yeah, so we would have known firsthand, but...
Yeah, that'd be interesting.
Yeah. Right, that's unfortunate. I sure hope there wasn't that much destruction and damage.
Well, there's quite a bit. They're talking about a couple of hundred homes that have to be torn down. They're broken. In that one hotel I know that I stayed in there, the walls cracked, and I guess they're going to tear that down. They have to redo it.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. Some of these, earthquakes or other catastrophes, floods, and tornadoes, whatever, hurricanes. Yeah. I think they're, just part of nature.
I guess so. Well, I'll tell you what, we'll play another one of your numbers there, and you can tell me what it is.
Well, this is a tune that called Everywhere, Iba'al. That means we're playing everywhere.
You're playing everywhere. Do you want to send it out to anybody in particular?
Oh, sure, why not? To all our polka friends, and especially to my daughter Heidi and my wife Herta.
Good.
Dabei und das große Fest beginnt. Überall wird Musik gemacht, bis der Tag erwacht. Überall wird gesungen und gelacht.
Iba'al, everywhere.
What's the matter with this thing here? My machine. Is it working? Hey, hello. Let's hold on. All right, well, I'll let you do the talking. You can tell us where you're playing, for one thing.
Well, coming up tonight will be at German Central, the old fantastic ballroom with the entire wooden floor. We still get a pretty good crowd out there. That's out on York Road in Parma, Ohio. We'll be there at 8:30 to 12:30, excuse me. And next week we're leaving on Sunday for Frankenmuth, Michigan, with Myron Florin for 8 days. We'll be from the 27th of April till May the 3rd, doing all his dinner shows with him. And we've been.
Don't you need a good banjo player?
I sure do, Al. I've called you a couple of times, but I guess you had indicated to me that you kind of retired from playing. Is that correct?
I retired, but not because I wanted to.
Right, other reasons. Right. Right, I understand that. I'd be more than happy to, use your services, then.
I love the travel.
Oh, we do too. That's where it's at,
Here's something noise. There it is. Now I got it. Okay. Now you can hear me.
Now I can hear you. Huh?
Now
Okay.
you can hear me.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
And some of the other things, of course, that we've done in the past, I'm sure you're familiar. I was a member of the Polecats Club for God knows how many years, and I had a picnic at German Central Farm, the Polecats picnic, second Sunday of every year, and I think I ran that picnic for about 19 years.
That long, huh?
And we had a heck of a great success with it. And
I must have belonged about 15. Matter of fact, I was one of the earlier ones, the handful that started that thing.
Right, you were.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And
it was a good club, good organization.
It's unfortunate that it's not in existence
That's
today,
true.
but I think maybe somebody should get together. We should get some heads together
Well,
and have a reunion of.
I'll tell you what, Mark Habit and I had talked to Johnny Soares.
Mm-hmm.
And he was going to go and get some of the old-timers there and put it together. And we said, well, you get it together and we'll come in. We'll join up, too. That was a couple of years ago. So.
Well, maybe now the time is ripe. Matter of fact, when we did our last picnic the following year after that, there were people in the parking lot because it was such a regular date, the second Sunday of August. And I had so many calls at home, what's going on. So I drove over to German Central, and believe it or not, there must have been at least a fourth of the parking lot filled with cars from out-of-towners that were not informed of the fact that the Polecats are no longer in existence and no more Polecats picnic.
No, it's a shame. It was a good club.
I had some very good, years and very good and pleasant memories of it.
Yeah, right. So have I. But it needs to get it back together again and a good management to take care of it, and I think it could flourish again.
Oh, I think so. And there was a lot of good camaraderie, basically, between the members and so on. And we really enjoyed one thing, and that was music.
That's right. All right, let's play another one of your tunes here.
Okay, this one is we've done quite a few Caribbean cruises and played on cruise ships, and this is one that we call Caribbean Oktoberfest. That one tune is called Too Much Tequila, and the other one we call Gaucho Mexicano.
Okay, that was a little bit of a Mexican number, huh?
Yeah, it's like a Mexican flavor, too much tequila, we know all about that. And then the other one...
The tequila won't hurt you.
No, that's good for the blood circulation.
Is that what it is?
Oh, sure.
That's good. Yeah.
So
you say you had about 21 cruises,
huh?
Yeah,
21 cruises already.
Yeah, that's great. Well, you passed me up.
Yeah, well, some years we did 2 in a row, you know, and some others we just did 2.
Let me think. What was the name of the boat, the ship?
Oh, well, there was the La Boheme.
Yeah, what was the other one that had the Oktoberfests on it?
That was the Commodore Cruise Line, and that was, I have to think of them. They sold the Boheme, and that went to go over Carib. The Carib.
That's the baby, that's the one.
Right.
We did some of the Oktoberfests on there, too.
Right, and then also besides those ships, we also were able to latch on with the Norwegian cruise lines.
Right.
and the southward, the windward, and so on in those ships. So we were.
So they kept you busy.
Oh yeah, very much so.
That's the name of the game. Okay, I'll tell you what, we got to get ready here. And this is all brought to you by International Record Company. Steve Popovic will tell you where you can buy some of these CDs and cassettes. But right now, we got to go to the news.
What's with the weather? What's with the weather? What's it gonna do? What's it gonna do? What's it gonna do?
Good afternoon, and thanks very much for listening to 1560 WATJ, your weather forecast for today, Saturday, the 18th of April. We have partly cloudy skies and a cool 58 degrees for your high. Tonight, rain, cloudy, and a little cooler, a low of 40. And tomorrow, cloudy and rain once again with a high of about 50. And at 1:33, we have 55 degrees under partly sunny skies here at the home of America's popular favorites, 1560 WATJ, where we play America's popular polka and waltz favorites. And for up-to-the-minute weather 24 hours a day, log on to that new WATJ webpage at www.watj.com. And you're listening to the Polka Showcase with Al Markic and guest Al Nowak. And this hour is brought to you by Cleveland International Records. You can find authentic ethnic music by Frank Yankovic and Eddie Blazonczyk at Camelot Music, Best Buys, and National Record Mart. Or you can call 440-361-2055. Or you can stop at the station here with Heritage Music, and we have them also. And now back with Polka Showcase. Okay, Al, we got that bit of it done.
Sounds good to me.
We're back in business.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. We just had Mario. He forgot to take his cup.
Uh-oh.
Throw it in the rubbish.
I'll get rid of it then.
I'll get rid of it.
Okay.
The rubbish barrel right there. Okay. So, like we were talking about cruises, the Caribbean.
Right.
Did you ever take your band over to Europe?
No, not yet. This will be our first time.
It's going to be your first time, huh?
Right.
That's
Should
great.
be very interesting because I do have a lot of relatives over there yet.
Well, I'll tell you what. You need somebody like me to carry your suitcase.
Well, listen, you're on. You're on. And not only that, my accordion, you don't even have to carry it. It has wheels.
It's got wheels. I'll pull it. I'll pull it for you.
know.
Okay. That's great. Did you do anything with your saxophone?
Here and there, it's still, let's say, alto.
You still can play? You can still play it?
Yeah. I mean, it was never my what you call primary instrument. You know, it was I think basically the keyboard, accordion, piano, and I do have a couple of button boxes, 3 button boxes.
Oh yeah, you play those too?
Yeah, from my own.
Pleasure.
And pleasure. The thing is, I'm sampling some sounds nowadays to put into my keyboard. And when you sample the sounds, I do have a MIDI keyboard, accordion also. So, in other words, I'll be playing piano accordion, but what you hear coming out of the accordion is actually the button box tuning and the button box sound, basically. So, one less thing to carry and one less item to lug around.
Yeah. What do you do? Put that into the program?
Sampler,
and play it?
right, and then lock it in, and just assign a memory bank to it.
Yeah.
And just recall that memory bank on the MIDI.
Then all you do is play the same tune.
Play the tune, but it's in the tuning of a button box.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Yeah. Hey,
with today's computer and electronic medium, everything's possible.
That's like us here with all these carts. We got 500 musical carts there. They're all going to go.
That's right. Things are changing, as they say.
Oh, fast, too.
Too fast, almost.
You're right. Yeah. All right, let's go back to another tune here.
Okay, this is a tune I think that everybody knows. It was a big fad. Everybody knows how to do it. Some know it as the bird song, some of the chicken dance. And I'm going to show you, ladies and gentlemen, how to do it. Is everybody watching me?
Yeah.
Flap your wings.
Flap your wings. Don't flap them too hard. You'll go to the ceiling.
That's true. Here we go.
see all them birds dancing?
Yeah, man. All these feathers flying around.
That's a good tune.
Well, it's one of the most requested, even now in the festivals, that you still...
they still go for it.
Go for it, yeah. And then the other one is the Austrian Wedding March. I'm sure you know how that goes.
Oh, yes.
And then the other one is the Macarena. That's the other one.
That's the other one that's going out, too, yeah.
Yeah, but I think they all do their time, and then they just kind of fade away slowly, until another new tune comes on.
Right. You're right. So you're planning to go to Europe this year or next year?
Well, probably next year.
Next year.
Right.
You want to catch that?
Sure.
Go ahead. I'll gab here and whatever we have to do.
Nobody there.
Nobody there? Maybe it's the fax machine.
Oh, that can.
That's it. Okay. We get all kinds of interruptions around here.
That's okay. This makes it like the original radio station.
Yeah, one of these days we'll be back in the studio once they get that thing rolling there, and then they'll start tearing this one out. But we can't even do production in here now.
That's kind of difficult.
Well, we got to wait until we shut down the station.
Right.
And then I have to stay over till 10, 11 o'clock.
I can understand that, sure.
So
that's going to make it easier for you then.
Yeah, it will. Be a heck of a lot better, too. They'll hear us better, too.
That sounds good.
We'll be pushing it all the way out, so... Yeah.
That's always important in today's times, especially promoting any kind of music, is to get it out there.
Right. So, how many guys in the band? 5?
Well, 5 guys. We have Alex Corduple on tenor sax.
Is he still playing sax?
Oh, yeah, and trumpet. Yeah. And vocals. Frank Spizak still playing good horn, trumpet, Mike Kaba on bass guitar and guitar. Frank Stuzala on percussion. And myself on accordion and keyboard. Plus, of course, my daughter Heidi does quite a few of the big festivals with her fantastic singing. Right.
She doesn't play an instrument.
Yeah, she does. She started the Cleveland Institute of Music at age 4 on piano. She was admitted to the Cleveland Institute, and her instrument actually is, believe it or not, the piano, classical piano. And from there, she went on to, of course, with the voice and so on. And she went to the Cleveland Institute for about 12 to 13 years.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Very accomplished pianist.
Did you buy her a keyboard or an accordion?
Actually, what happened when Heidi was about 3 years old, my father-in-law had purchased as a Christmas present one of these first-time organs that came out where you had to pump the pedal in order to give it the volume level and so on. Yeah. That was her basic gift, and the way we discovered that she had some sort of talent on it, I had played a scale on the organ, and I walked away, and suddenly Heidi sat at the organ, and she's playing the scale. I didn't say anything, so I went back again. I played a different scale, and Heidi came back and played the different scale. And I said, oh, we're on to something.
She's kind of talented, huh?
Right, and we had her tested, and she was admitted, like I said, at age 4 at the Cleveland Institute of Music.
Wonderful.
And as you know, she is a added addition to the band, and she's actually, we call her the star of the band because she does such a great job.
Yeah, that's good. That's nice. Glad to hear that some of these other guys are busy and playing and...
Well, the sad thing, of course, is also she'd like to be more with us, but it's also because she does work. She has a very responsible job, and that makes it kind of difficult sometimes to get away on weekends.
Just like some of the musicians can't always get away.
Well, that's changing, too. It's not like the good old years of 20 and 30 years ago. We just took off.
Yeah.
Nowadays, it's like, every company's lean and mean, and you better be there.
You want your job? Be here.
That's right. Yeah. That's right. So things have changed, yes.
Yeah, they sure have. Right. Okay, I'll tell you what. Let's play another tune.
Okay, this next one we'd like to do is a number we call Don't Give Me That Crazy Look. Geh Alte, schau mich nicht so deppert an.
Ich saß bei uns im Heimstuhl vis-à-vis, hab Parochier bis 3 Uhr in der Früh, hab abgeschaut, mein 12. Kriegerbier, da steht mein Auto neben mir. Geh Alte, schau mich nicht so deppert an, heute wird der Blau, was liegt schon dran? Geh Alte, schau mich nicht so deppert an, heute wird der Blau, was liegt schon dran? Alte Frau, da macht mal etwas an, mein lieber Freund, da muss man Nerven haben, doch und längst hab ich's Beutel aus dem Hemd. Das Gulasch war total verbrannt. Die alte Schau, mir nimmt so dämpfern an. Heute in dem Blau, was wird schon dran? Die alte Schau, mir nimmt so dämpfern an. Heute in dem Blau, was wird schon dran?
Okay, that sounded like it was pretty hefty and pretty hot. And you're listening to the Polka Showcase with your host Al Markic and Al Nowak as our guest. And this hour is sponsored and brought to you by the Cleveland International Record Company. You can find authentic ethnic music by Frank Yankovic and Eddie Blazonczyk at Camelot Music, Best Buy's National Record Mart, or you can call 440-361-2055, or you can stop at the station at Heritage Music. We also have them. We're more than happy to get them. And thank you, Steve Popovic. Okay, we're back there, Al Novak.
Well, the next tune I think that we'd like to present is a tune that everybody knows. It's a very well-known establishment in the Cleveland area, nice restaurant, and also the originator of the Oktoberfest here in Cleveland, Steve Bensig's Hofbrauhaus. So there's a waltz that's very popular, originated in Munich at the original Hofbrauhaus, and it's called Hofbrauhaus.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, so that's the
what
waltz.
they call it, huh?
That's exactly what they call it.
Did that come off of the record with the blue label, the grayish blue label?
No, actually, you know what? The Hofbrauhaus was actually produced and is the theme song. They have the Hofbrauhaus in Munich has the copyrights to that particular tune.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
because Mario was just here doing the show.
Mm-hmm.
I run into him once in a while. I'll call him and I meet him down at the Hofbrauhaus for lunch.
Oh, yeah, good food.
So, Steve Bensik, if you're listening, why...
This is for Steve.
This is for Steve. Play it. Okay, that was the Hofbrauhaus, right?
That's correct, Al.
That's what it is.
That's where everybody sings Eins, Zwei, Super, 1, 2, down the hatch.
And Ziggy.
Oh, that's Zicke-Zacke.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Okay.
Some mispronounce it Ziggy-Zaggy and all this, but as long as they're saying it, that's
You're
good.
Right, I've heard it.
Different renditions.
Every different renditions is right, different ways.
I guess it depends on the nationality, huh?
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, some are not too familiar with the
German, right?
It's like me, I can't read it. I get some of the stuff that I'm playing. I'm sorry, I can't read it.
Well, you know what
so
I used to do all the time, even when I played Slovenian. I mean, I can understand some Slovenian, but I would write it phonetically.
Yeah.
And that's how a lot of people do it, even though they don't speak the language.
Yeah, but you got to know what it means.
Well, yes, you do, but a lot of times the singers really don't even know what it means. They just phonetically pronounce it, and you know.
I did one. We did one with the Almars, Karavanka.
Yeah.
Dick Fleischman doesn't speak Slovenian.
Right, but he did it.
Right. And he took the record.
Right.
And wrote it out phonetically like that, learned it, and he did it, and he did a nice job.
Exactly, that's the easiest way of...
But you got to know what the heck you're talking about first. You know, I look at a German what title or something.
Yeah. Well, that's true. You know, it's nice when you know what the meaning or the background of the song is.
Absolutely.
Right. That's amazing. Talking about backgrounds of songs, somebody could actually write a history book on the songs and where the lyrics come from and the different titles. You know as well as I do, some tunes have been recorded by some very popular, world-renowned bands and so on, and yet when the same tune comes out, you have 20 or 30 different titles that are made up for the same tune.
I have a card up here, Over Three Hills.
Yeah.
By Glenn Miller, or is it Glenn Miller or Tex Beneke, one of the big bands.
Right.
And that's, well, I don't know whether it came originally as an American tune and changed to Slovenian.
Or was it Slovenian first?
Right.
I
don't know which way it was. I was kind of interested. I'd like to find out if I could.
That'd be interesting. Yeah. You're right.
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of music out there that I think was actually maybe written by what do you call some of the early big bands and then modified. Somebody else picked it up.
Could have been.
So
Yeah.
And then generations go by and somebody picks up the song because many songs are basically lost when a generation dies out, and then down the line might be recovered.
Yeah.
And
see, a lot of German tunes that I listen to here, you can hear parts of Slovenian stuff in there.
Oh, yes, sure.
And probably goes the other
Vice
way,
versa,
too.
sure. That's correct.
Yeah.
And the music is also, the other thing is very interesting because I consider it as an international language.
Yeah, right.
You can speak music in any language you'd like.
That's right. And it's beautiful.
And not only that, there's a common bond. Everybody that likes music
belongs to the club.
Belongs to the club, basically, and it's something that you can identify with.
You're right. Well, I'll tell you what. Let's try another one real quick.
Okay,
here.
the next one that is coming up is a Ausenik tune, Slavka Ausenik, and this is an example of an Ausenik tune where we changed the title. We call this Prosit Polka, but it's under a different title originally.
Okay, well, get going there, Ausenik. Today, not tomorrow. There he is. Okay, we're back. We've got a couple of minutes here before we go to the news. No, I haven't heard that one there.
Okay, we'll play that later. How's that?
We'll put that in there.
25th anniversary of the Polecats Club.
Yeah.
Yeah, some of the places, Al, I just want to mention that I'm going to be performing within near next month are going to be the Memorial Weekend. We'll be down at the Hyatt Regency in Columbus, Ohio for the German National Singer Fest. It's a convention of all the German societies of the United States that are registered, and they convene at the campus of Ohio State, and they perform in the auditorium. And they all perform separately, and then the grand finale, they do about 5 songs together. It's humongous, and people will be coming in from all over the country.
Sounds like a good time.
Oh, yeah, we're looking forward to that one.
I'm sure, yeah.
So that's Memorial Weekend coming up in May.
That's great.
And so on.
That's great.
And then, of course, I'll mention some other ones yet.
Well, you go ahead. You might as well. You got,
okay, some of the other ones
we got about a minute, and then we'll go to the news. So.
Some of the other festivals we're doing also is the German Fest in Fort Wayne, Indiana. We'll be appearing again down in Helen, Georgia for their Oktoberfest. We'll also be performing Steve Bensick's, of course. We'll be down in also in Tennessee, Nashville, Tennessee for their Oktoberfest coming up. We will be also St. Joseph, Michigan. We'll be up again in Frankenmuth during the month of September for their Oktoberfest. And some of the other places I'll mention to you. I know we're watching the clock. At 1 o'clock is news time, is that right?
No, 10 seconds of is Time to push the button.
All right, let's push the button then.
We got time yet. We got another minute.
Another minute, okay. Some of the other festivals, don't forget the Immaculate Conception Oktoberfest here in Willoughby.
Oh, in Willoughby,
yeah. That's coming up. We're doing the
You play that every year, huh?
Yeah, believe it or not, I think the second year, the first year when they started, it took off, and the second year I was on board, and I've been there ever since.
Yeah.
And it's a fantastic family-run and family-oriented Oktoberfest. Really super.
I played there once or twice.
Very nice.
Yeah, you're right. All right, I'll tell you what, stand by. You're listening to the Polka Showcase with Al Markic and Al Nowak, sponsored by Cleveland International Record Company. And it's time now for this great news.